You can find purpose in your 50s. You can actually find purpose in your 60s.
Exactly.
There are people who started.
It's never too late.
You understand?
It's never
They started
too late.
with paychecks and everything, but when we were old, like 40, 50, they said, okay, I know this is what I have to do. So it's totally fine.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Deep Chat. Welcome to another episode of Deep Chat, and on today's show we have someone very interesting. All this English that I'm speaking here, when this person starts to speak, right, my real self will arouse. That started arousing already. Give it up for no other person but Mr. Merciful. I added Mr. just to add some
I don't
respect.
know why the formality, like.
Just to add respect.
All this hype is it for me.
It's for you.
Oh
I never hype you well.
I feel so special. Thank you. Thank you.
Because they do like better first.
Now, senior man, I be now.
Senior man. Now, senior man English. Anyway, Mr. Merciful. Yeah. Today's topic, ba. No be because you wear than shake you. Come. They show your senator side. Today's topic. If he anger you, if he provoke you to anger, if he
I'm a man of peace. Let's just live with peace, okay?
Right.
No fights today, all right?
Yeah. Gracias. Yes. Okay. So, you know you've been wondering what this box here is for. Yes, so this box has a self-acclaimed title. Many people have called it the Pandora's box.
Okay.
In Deep Chat, right? And it's actually a Pandora's box because you don't know what to expect when you open it. You don't
Is it
know
not cake? Cake supposed to be inside. It's cake box white. Please go ahead, let me know.
You know, Zena, why it could be food?
Could you just speak English? Just leave
why do you think it's going to be food?
Just spill the beans. What's inside?
Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Do you want to know? Okay. Do us the honors by opening it.
Okay.
Anything inside is yours.
For me?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Open and see $100,000 billion.
Why is it hard?
Now you they open and the wrong way. You know they open and where?
My time that affects my hand.
Your hand, it be like say.
Okay. Whoop. Should I show them?
You just pick it up and tell them what you can see inside.
Okay. This is, should I read it?
Yes, but before then, wait.
Something's still there inside. Make I check. Let me see.
I got you something.
Oh my God, thank you. What is this?
Read it now. What's your problem?
Body philosophy. Honolulu. Midnight passion fruit. Antibacterial hand gel. I do appreciate this. Thank you so much.
I know your love language is giving gift.
Yeah, you know this. Yeah. Nah, you don't know.
Maybe.
So this says topic paycheck versus passion. Who wins the battle? Is this a battle or paycheck versus passion?
Yeah.
Is this what we're talking about?
Yes, that's the topic.
Awesome. Do I keep this back?
Yes, please keep it here.
Okay. I'll just keep this in my pocket.
Yeah, so you don't forget. If you forget, I'll take it.
Okay, paycheck versus passion. Who wins the battle?
Yeah. I
think I've had these conversations many times over and over again, different arguments. And before I give you my stance, basically, I want to say that, first of all, let's simplify what paycheck means.
Yes.
It's basically salaries, yes?
Exactly.
Giving money, and passion, we can say it's entrepreneurship.
Exactly.
Or doing something that you love. Some may call it purpose.
Yes.
Some may call it passion.
Exactly.
Some may call it calling. And paycheck is basically 9 to 5, right?
Yes.
So who wins the battle? We all know that the world is a diverse entity, right? So people make choices based on what works for them, individual differences. But then again, for us to understand this concept of the differences between paycheck and passion, we must know where we are as a people. We're in Nigeria. We cannot compare or have these conversations with people in the Western world, or have some arguments that would position you in a place where you say, oh, passion is better than paycheck. No, we look at what really forms this argument from the root causes. One of the things is, of course, we can't overemphasize the importance of having financial stability to even get to the point where you can decide what works for you and what does not. 2023, the World Bank, there was a statistics of in Nigeria, the poverty rate rose to 46%. That is over 100 and something million Nigerians living in poverty. Exactly. So how do you now bring this argument in the front of these Nigerians that they should choose paycheck or passion when they're actually looking for money? So get them the money first and they build. I'll give you an instance. I would even like to know, before I give you this instance, what is your stance? Where do you stand in this argument?
Okay, so for me, I am somewhere in between, but I think that the most important thing for everybody is your purpose in life, right? I could say passion, but if I use the word passion, I think it's me using it rather loosely, right? People might understand it in a very loose way. So I would use purpose, because you might be passionate about something that is not even purposeful or adding value or even your calling. Now, when I'm saying calling, I don't mean it in the biblical or religious setting. I'm talking about what are you supposed to do here on earth? What value are you adding here on earth that will help you find fulfillment, right? So I'm somewhere in between. Why did I say so? Because you said something that I really agree with, in a setting where you are just trying to survive, right? The most important thing for you is stability, for you to gain stability, right? And that's where paycheck plays a role, right? Because it's going to help you find your stand. It's going to help you let me use the word stability. It's going to help you find a stand on where you can stay and start pursuing your purpose in life. But at the same time, why I still do not want to lean fully into paycheck is you being in the paycheck region might actually stop you from achieving your purpose, because when do you now get to start living a purposeful life?
You can find purpose in paycheck. Let me give you an instance. For example, your line of work, Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
She was a news anchor.
Yeah.
That was paycheck. That was salary, right?
Yes.
So she built her brand on the basis of her work.
Yes.
So she was a routine person. She woke up in the morning, did the 9 to 5, went, spoke, was on television 24/7 before she now became the brand that we know.
Exactly.
Now she does things by herself. She's impacting people. How do you think those people who started with the 9 to 5 and eventually built something, they started with the sense of, okay, I'm going to build a career, I'm going to get salaries, and when they are there, they find what they love.
Exactly.
Because, when you're doing something, like you wake up in the morning, for example, say people that are code or programmers and everything, and say, oh, people that started were just trying to look for money. Yeah. So they went to, IT, this talk of 2023,
yes.
The Gen Zs want to get something techie. So we now go and check something to get money. But while they're doing this stuff, they sleep, they wake up, they find love in it. They now build a sense of, oh, I think I'm doing this thing really good.
Yes.
Let me start to teach people. Purpose can be actually discovered.
Yes.
Discovery of purpose is relative. Some can just sit down in the morning and just by way of getting inspiration from God or from friends or something. But there's something that fuels you. There's something that pushes you. Some people can define that as purpose, right? So what about those people? That's why I said, of course, we know that no one rule applies to all, but we should understand that we are different. Individually, we are all different. But then again, I'm going to stand on the issue of paycheck because of where we are in Nigeria. When you just finish school, right? You graduate. The next thing, it's not like they come and wrote it down or something. In the mindset, conventional, like averagely, right? Is to get a job. It's recently that people started to, emphasize on, regardless of how old your parents are or how backward they are in terms of how they reason and everything, let them invest in your passion.
Yes.
If a child wants to play football, let him. Now people are people are actually, so I don't lose my train of thought, I'll talk about that soon. People are actually beginning to see the importance in pushing your passion at an early stage. But this was not how it was before now.
Yes.
And these people are the people that would have money at the end of the day. Because why? You'd have to enroll this child in like an academy.
Yeah.
You'd have to invest in his area of specialization, that specific skill that you want to build. But averagely is to get a job. You finish mass comm law, you finish bioscience, you finish anything, is okay. The average family say, okay, now you are finished from school. You want, let's get you good job. Good job.
I know somebody.
Yes. So that is the average mentality, right?
Yes.
So that tells you how important it is to build a backbone, to build a foundation of stability, financial stability,
Yes.
to be able to push whatever, whether it's routine work you want to do, whether it is paycheck, freelance, contract, name it, it's all paycheck.
Exactly.
You need to get money to feel that passion. Oh, you are the person that says, oh, I have a passion to just touch children. I want to impact people. You need money. You need to invest in people, right? So all of these things boils down to where we are and how easy it is for us to find this money. So yes, there are exceptions, of course, of people that are, well placed in society, the elite, who already have money, and they tell their children from school, okay, Junior, when you go outside and you read, what do you want to do, footballer? Project Mbappe, Project Ronaldo, swing, all of that. Do you get?
Yeah.
So they now put money in that and make sure that those children now train themselves in, it's recently Nigeria was started having a lot of these special academies now.
Exactly.
Before now is school, you do Mark 101, Mark 102, all of it till the end. You study what you're not going to use eventually, what you may use or may not use. At the end of the day, become maybe a videographer. At the end of the day, you study law, but at the end of the day, you start doing medicine. How does it, John? You know, ask yourself, you japa, you live, so all of these things is because we need to build money. So we change from if you're a child now, right, and they just ask you, what do you want to be in the future? And you ask the child, and the child says, I want to be a doctor. When he gets to SS1 or something, he will change again because he have seen someone that hold money. So this man have money, I want to be. All of those things, it's not like it was indoctrinated. It's because of what we're exposed to. We're growing up with the fact that to be successful, you need an amount of money. But in other climes, your passion is your passion. A small boy will tell his father, Dad, I want to play a game. I want to be a gamer. I want to impact people. I want people to know that, okay, this is how to do it. They build in the basement in the house. He just, build screens, put the boy there, play your game. At the end of the day, whether I like it or not, he'll become successful. Why? The money was not in the person's face before then. He liked to play games, and the father invested in him.
But are you
that is passion.
Okay, so are you basically saying that because from what I understand from what you're saying, you're still in between? And you don't have to take a stand.
Not in between.
You don't have to take a stand.
I'm taking a stand as a Nigerian.
So are you taking a paycheck
to build passion?
Okay, so you're saying you need a paycheck
Yes.
to build a passion, right? Okay, so which leads me to the next thing that I want to say, right? Because a lot of times we find ourselves in situations that because we are trying to survive, we don't eventually get to that point in our lives where we live a purposeful life, right? We find ourselves in situations where we are still working a 9 to 5, and we know, okay, like I said before, there is nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. There are some people that find their purpose in a 9 to 5. Not everyone should be an entrepreneur. Not everyone should be a freelancer. Not everyone should have a business. There are people that their purpose in life is taking care of things. You can start up a business, right? But you might not really have the skill set or the temperament or whatever it takes to manage that business. But you can start that business. You have the ideas, you have the finances, right? While there are some other people that they are good at multiplying whatever they've been given. If you, for example, now let's say you start up a business and you tell me, Precious, come and manage this business. And I help you manage it. And I help you open up other branches to that business.
Increase the ROI.
Do you understand?
Business,
So there are people. So having it's not having a 9 to 5 is not the enemy. Working for someone is not the enemy. As far as you know that that particular thing that you're doing, you're finding purpose in it. Do you understand?
Yeah, but you were saying some people do the 9 to 5
Yes,
and at the end of
but
the day
now-
they don't find their passion.
This is now for people that know they are not supposed to be in a 9 to 5. They're doing it to survive.
That's where planning comes in.
Exactly. I'll get there. Now, you're doing this to survive, just for the mere purpose of survival. You know, you said something that is very important that I strongly believe in, right? That sometimes you need, not sometimes, you need stability, right? You need stability to actually live a purposeful life. Because if you don't actually find some kind of stability, you would find out that your mind will be all over the place. Let's say you enter Lagos for the very first time, right? You're coming from your village or from somewhere else, and you enter, let's take for instance, Lagos, and you don't have a house of your own, right? You don't have a job, you have nothing, right? And you are squatting with someone. The vibe that you get that particular time, the way you can concentrate and think of how to actually do something meaningful with your life, your thought pattern will be scattered, disoriented. Why? Because you're not settled. You don't have that stability. That is because you're still in that survival stage. So I think and I believe strongly that when you are in the survival stage, it is very hard for you to find purpose in life. That's why I was like, I'm in the middle of both, because purpose is very important, because you would live your entire life if you don't live a purposeful life and you don't feel fulfilled. And sometimes, I think one of the mistakes that we also make is defining purpose as money, or defining a fulfilled life as how much you have in your bank account and all of that. No, it's about what you are doing for people, because all the time, how you feel fulfilled in life is what you do for people, right? So before you can get to that place, it takes a lot of discipline. Because like you said something about planning. So you can be in your 9 to 5, maybe you told yourself, okay, I'm going to do this for like 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, just let me find my feet, right? And save up enough money to maybe like get a house. Now I'm still using the example of the guy that just moved into Lagos. So let me just find a place to rest my head. It doesn't have to be somewhere fancy, right? But I don't want a situation whereby they're chasing me from one house to the other. I'm squatting from one house to the other. My mind is all over the place. I'm in a place where I'm working and I don't even know whether if I come back, they will chase me out. Do you understand? So, and he's like, let me get this money and get a house for myself. Then I can start planning. Then I can start with things that I need to do. Whereas there are people that, yes, they have that stability, right? But that survival mentality is still in them. Breaking out, I believe that breaking out from the survival stage is not even about what's like the circumstances that surround you. It's in the mind. Because there are many musicians, there are many footballers, there are many people that started their companies, that started their businesses, that started living a purposeful life, even when they were struggling, under the bridge. We've heard many of our celebrities talk about, I was selling CDs and I was going to recording studios to record my demo and all of that. We have people that are squatting in people's houses, but they are singing on Insta, they are singing and posting their pictures, their videos on Instagram, tagging all the record labels, right? So I believe survival is in the mind. It's a mindset. Being in a survival mode is a mindset. Until you conquer that particular mindset, you might have that stability that you need, right? But you see, you're still running around.
And that's for people who, I would say, do not possess the adequate discipline level to be able to build and work on their purpose. Yes,
that's it.
I'm taking the example of the young boy that wants to be a gamer and everything. Of course, success to that person is not money, because there was money before he started, right?
Yeah.
Success to him is being good at what he does, deriving pleasure from playing with friends and building games, or working with tech bros to build something. That's success to the person.
Yeah.
Now, people who do not or are staying continuously in that survival process are people who, even if they had the passion from the beginning, but because they started with the mindset of, oh, let me get money, and they now go in, when they have gotten let's say there was a plan to like make 1 million naira. Yes. When they get the 1 million naira, to quit that job is like you're quitting the source of the 1 million naira. So
Yes.
what is the confirmation that you get this 1 million naira inside your passion that you're building?
Yes.
So if you follow along, that's why I was telling you from the beginning
Yeah.
that all of these things, it all boils down to how what we are exposed to,
Yeah.
our settings, right? The fear of not making money, which will make you to
Yeah.
still get. So if someone comes and says, okay, this company has been great, you're making 200,000 monthly, but someone comes, I like your job, I want to pay you 1 million a monthly. Tell me the passion that will tell that guy to, somebody that started from Abuja to Lagos that he wants to
Yeah.
get money, you want to tell me that passion will tell him to say no, that 1 million is coming. He will realign his purpose. He will realign the passion
To
and tell
suit.
you that, okay, I will give myself 1 year. Let me make 1 million in 1 year. Then the passion, the purpose I'm going to get will be bigger. I'll have more impact. That's a lie that you may be telling yourself.
Yes.
Why? Because what is really is the fuel. What is pushing you
Is the
at the
fear.
end
Yeah.
of the day? That's what you're feeling. That thing that is pushing you is what you're feeling. So if that looking for money was there, and you keep seeing opportunities, you would keep changing and getting the bigger jobs just to keep that. So it will only take the disciplined people, like people that will say, oh, you know what, I've gotten maybe an amount of money.
Yeah.
Let me quit. Let me take this dangerous, risky.
Yeah,
Dangerous because we
I
are
like the
in
fact that you
Nigeria.
acknowledge that it's a risk.
Dangerous because we are in Nigeria. We know what the economy is saying right now. We know how not secure the environment is in terms of what you can get, what you can spend, the
Exactly.
livelihood and everything. So you're taking that risk, believing in your plan, believing in whatever is pushing, whether it's God or anything, that you can get what you're looking for, the passion, regardless of that income that you've stopped or is coming in. So you take that step and say, you know what, I'm resigning. People say, you're mad. Now, oil company won't resign. Within they work you now.
And then you're now telling them, no, you want to go and start up your own.
And you want to start up your own. So those are the conversations. Why it is a cause of concern is because of where we are. In places that these things work, they say, oh, I'm tired. I'm not just happy anymore. I'm just fulfilled. I just want to do something. I want to go to the beach and just be drinking pina. Do you understand? These are people that wake up and their friends are like, yeah, do you, boo?
Yeah.
Do you just be
I support
happy?
you.
Be happy. Yeah, be happy. How what? When how much are you making?
Yeah.
When are you married? Do you have children? What will foot the fees of these children? The risk you are taking, you're telling me God sent you. How did he pass? So it takes someone who is disciplined. That discipline comes from the place of your inspiration. That's why I said from the beginning that what purpose is, how it's defined is what you've gotten, the inspiration you've gotten, and what you're working with, and what that doggedness to say, oh, I'm pushing this, whether come what may. So that's where the purpose comes in. But paycheck is, that's why I said I'm taking a stand, right? You can get the paycheck and work with the purpose later, like
Exactly.
but there are exceptions, of course, if you have the backing of your parents and people.
That you don't need
so
the paycheck.
life is not hard. It's not hard. Make the money and just don't deceive yourself. All this convention I see people come and put on social media. No, purpose is everything. Forget it. When you push purpose, money will come. Yes, it will come. There's what we call grace. It works, right? But you should not suffer. Don't suffer your family. Don't suffer people because of. I believe that God, who has given you that vision, who has told you that, okay, this is what, would provide means.
Yes.
And that providing means is via your hard work. It's via the works of your hands. So get out, do something, right?
Yes.
Don't sit down and just tell yourself, you know what? No. God has told me I'm going to just be a pastor, for example. Yes, I'm called to ministry. Or I'm called to just support the elderly. I don't want to work. I just want to support the elderly. I can start from my community. That community, will you be meeting your parents to be asking for money every time? You can, if you're not like financially stable, right? You can start, just give yourself like 6 months, do something small, do a handwork, just get a paycheck.
Yeah.
Get the paycheck to push it.
Yeah. And
it's not cast on stone.
yeah, and you said something now that really, really struck me. You said something about you as a person that you should get paycheck. Now, we're not talking about, when we say paycheck, of course, we already established the fact that it doesn't really have to be a 9 to 5.
No, it doesn't have
Anything
to be
that
9
you're
to
doing,
5.
you're working for someone and they're paying you is a paycheck, right? And you know that that's like a means to an end, right? Now, that's important towards living a purposeful life. And that's very true. Because sometimes, when you talked about discipline, right? You said that if you're not disciplined, you get to a place in your purpose, or you get to the time that life has provided you with the opportunity to live a purposeful life, right? But because you're not disciplined, they've showed you, okay, now you come and you're working in a company. If you work in this place, and I'll give you $1 million, right? And you'll not be, okay, let me go and work here. Then I will have make money and have a bigger purpose. Good. Now, it takes discipline to say no to that. And why you will say no to that is because that discipline will help you define where you are going to exactly.
True.
You might not really know the way, right? But discipline helps you to get to that place and know, yes, I've gotten to this place. And now that I'm here, what can I do? Right? Now, success, right, is a product of fulfillment, living a purposeful life. It's a reward. It's not necessarily the end. Whatever you consider successful. For example,
to you?
Yeah, to me.
Yes.
Right?
I need to define it.
Exactly.
Some people, success is ego is success to them.
Exactly.
So you is living a fulfilled life. You're happy.
Exactly.
Something just comfortable, just with your family, having the means to eat, to live. Is success.
That's success.
To them. A great family.
Exactly. So that's what a lot of people. So what success means to you, as in you as a person, right, is a product of you living a purposeful life. Right? And it takes discipline to get to that point. Now,
there are people who don't buy into purpose, because I've met people that be like, what is purpose like? They don't know.
Exactly.
No. So,
okay,
when we use this English, right,
let's explain it to them.
We sort of push these people away. To an extent. No pressure. Where's my camera? Where's my camera?
See it here, this one.
Where, this one?
Yes.
No
pressure. Please explain to them what is purpose in
pressure.
a layman's language.
No, I've been saying it, right? Purpose, that thing, of course, the thing you're called to do, you can define it as that, the thing that pushes you, that, okay, if you do this, you have gotten a sense of achievement. Or
because they're helping people.
Yes. Purpose can be what, what's the word? It's just a want of English.
That thing that makes you get, that makes
pushing
you
passion inside that conversation, because of course we're using passion and purpose. So passion is that thing that fuels you. That say, oh, you feel like this is what is your own. This is what you're called to do. That is passion. And if you've not gotten it, no stress.
You will find it.
You will find it. Just try and just make sure that you're being productive.
Yeah.
You have value to offer, and you're making money. It's very important.
And
regardless of where you are, whether you're in the university, in school, when in Nigeria, you have to make money.
Not even just Nigeria. Anywhere you find yourself, right? Anywhere you find yourself, you just need that. But if you are in a position where, I mean, you don't really have much responsibilities, and you can actually take the pain. Right? You can just,
that's fine.
Let me do it. I will suffer myself now, which is even better. That's why they keep telling people, don't get married, don't get more responsibilities upon yourself when you've not found purpose. Right? Don't do that, because you don't want to bring someone into your life when you don't have a direction of where you are going to, like a defined direction of where you're going to.
Pastor, preach to me.
Hallelujah. Glory be.
This topic was passion and pitch versus paycheck.
Exactly.
But we've sort of entered into purpose, and you're getting, I can see that. You're so passionate. I celebrate you.
The spirit.
So
but
really,
anyway,
really good.
So that particular thing, if you don't, because by the time you have more responsibilities, right, and then you're trying to like find purpose. You know, I was saying something, but then I digressed. I was saying something about the man that they offered $1 million and he left what he was supposed to do. Now, when you find that kind of person, you say that when that kind of person does not have stability and you're doing like you're working on your purpose, you will compromise.
Yes, definitely.
You will.
It goes without saying.
You will compromise. So that discipline is really, really, really needed. And that you having stability is really
rare.
Yes, and it's rare. It's rare. You know, a lot of times, right? I've discussed with a lot of Christians, right? And I've been privileged to have like pastors around, like people that are growing or like started their ministry. And one thing that I noticed is I noticed two things, not one. Some of them actually have something that they're doing, right, as a means of livelihood, as they're pursuing, as they are facing the call that God has given them, while some of them will just face that call heads on, right? And while this one might actually look good, I will not lie, I've seen a lot of them that had to compromise a lot, right? Compromise in the sense, this particular person that, let's use gifts, for example. You know that this thing this person is bringing to you, right? You're not sure of where this person is making the money from and all of that. But because you know that everything you need in your life, take care of your child, your wife, yourself, your family members, everything is coming from this place. This is your only source of livelihood. You might actually compromise and be taking gifts from people that you know that necessarily their gifts, whatever they're giving you is not from God.
Based on where you started from.
Yes.
And what you saw.
Exactly.
Because people start to readjust.
Exactly.
Say, I did not know better before. Now
yes,
I know better.
But now
so
I know better.
These are the things that influence these things.
Yes.
And poverty is one of them.
Poverty.
Whether you like it or not. So you see people that will wake up. Remember, I was telling you, you can find purpose in your 50s. You can actually find purpose in your 60s.
Exactly.
There are people who started.
It's never too late.
You understand?
It's never
They started
too late.
with paychecks and everything, but when we were old, like 40, 50, they said, okay, I know this is what I have to do. So it's totally fine.
Yes.
But when I say poverty affects all of these things, is because along the way, you discover that you start to bend. You bend your values, bend the things you started
because
with.
You have to
That's
survive.
because you have to survive. So it's totally fine. No pressure. Survive your survival. If you want to follow your passion, follow it. Let's know. That's why I said it's better we just, as a one people, let's know that largely in Nigeria, we have to follow the paycheck before we get to purpose, so we can survive.
Yes. So guys, paycheck or passion, which do you think is the most important point to bear in mind when to live a purposeful life? What do you think? It's a question you have to ask yourself. It's a question you have to answer to yourself. You don't have to tell me or tell Mr. Merciful. You don't have to answer to any of us, but answer to yourself. Give the answer to yourself. Which do you think is more important to get to that particular place that you want to get to in life, that particular calling or reason for your existence, the value you have to add to this world? And another thing, before we leave, we're going to drop one thing for you. Success is a product. It's a reward for purpose. It is not the destination. It is a reward. And success is relative, right? Good. Merciful, thank you so much for coming on.
My pleasure. We should have this conversation over again.
Right.
I can keep talking about it and all this. And I had fun.
You had fun?
Yeah, talking about this thing. So thank you.
I'm flattered. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for being with us on today's episode of Deep Chats. Subscribe, like, and share. Until next time, bye. We used to blow kisses.
Kiss? No.
Kisses. But as a man, you go do like this.
No man now. No man senior man now.
No man.
No man.
I'll tap on soon.